Hey guys, it is Tuesday here in West Virginia, and we have a Truckin' Tuesday in store for you with a couple Slam square bodies. One from Autoworld and one from M2 Machines. And the one from Autoworld is a Slam step side, and the one from M2, and it is a Miho exclusive, is a slammed square body K5 Blazer. So, the Blazer, this is one that I would highly recommend to open, even if you're not an opener. And you can do as I do with like opening these packages, cut it from the back side so it flips up like a door, and you just pull the cardboard back or paper, pull the display case out. And the reason I say this is because of these rubber bands. These things are notoriously known for eating the paint on the Hot Wheel 100% cars. Even on the early M2s, I've seen them do a little damage to the paint. Even my chrome Super Chase 69 Roadrunners that had the rubber bands on it, they left some tarnish marks on the chrome on the hood after so many years. So I'm going to say that they're probably going to eat through the paint of these guys eventually, maybe even eat into the plastic. I'm not sure, but I would highly recommend to open it to at least get the rubber bands off and such. And I know that leaves your top vulnerable to just flopping around in the package. That's why they put them on there, so it doesn't flop around. But anyways, it's better than having it eat the paint. So this is once again a Miho exclusive. It's limited to 6,600 pieces, and they did make 10% of them chase pieces. So there's 600 chase pieces, which is a low production number. Backside just has the same thing, and where to find M&J Miho toys online and such. So pretty cool card art. I think it's kind of a rendition of the actual vehicle and art print of the actual truck. So I think this is based on an actual vehicle. So this comes out and it is in a whole cube acrylic case, and it does come with the more high-end base, I would say. Some of them nowadays are using the base of like the auto drivers. They're really thin with the two tabs that stick out and such, and they put the cube on top of them. But they're not as nice as these bases, in my opinion. So, you just have 1973 Chevy K5 Blazer, and once again, it's got these rubber bands holding this top on, and I am taking mine off and such, and I'll do a better job of that once we get it off the stand here. This is the first time I'm going to take this thing off the base. I actually just got this today. I just trimmed the back side of it right before the video to make it a little easier to open. The step side I've had for a while, but I have not opened it yet. So this is a first on both of these in this video with opening. A lot of times I do the pre-opening and such, but today I'm not doing that. It's just one rubber band that they kind of doubled up. I thought it was two different bands. So yeah, it does leave the top vulnerable to flopping off and such, but I would rather have that than paint issues. So as you can see, it does look pretty good. The paint on this side on the white, it did not go all the way up. You can see there's a paint flaw on mine. So, it could be worse, but could be better, obviously, too. But these are a nice casting. Yeah, it has a paint flaw back here on the tampo, on the tailgate. Doesn't look too bad on this side. So, yeah, not so great on the quality of the two-tone job on this one. But it does have a cool chassis. These wheels and tires are like my favorite tire combo. And then this does not roll as well as their 4x4s. I mean, it doesn't roll too bad, but it does have their problems of maybe it's not really a bent axle. It's actually, I think the unevenness of these big fat tires in the back, there's always an issue with that, or they're kind of not perfectly round. So that may be the issue that I'm feeling. So top pulls off, and it has the chrome cage, wide tubs in the back, and such. And yeah, you could probably touch up the white, but it's going to be really, really hard to match that. It's a pearl white, so it's almost going to be impossible to match. So yeah, it's just one of those things you're just going to have to learn to live with, where the paint is flawed, unfortunately. But nice detail on the grill, headlights, and such, and does have an opening hood, but mine is pretty much stuck closed. It's not going to open very far, so I'm not going to force it. So that's the downside of M2's opening parts. Sometimes they don't open too good at all. Sometimes they're misaligned and they don't close properly. So downsides of the M2 castings. But this one actually rolls better than any of the slammed square body trucks or cars that I've had. This one actually rolls pretty good, and the front axle seems to be perfect, which is a rarity. And I think the back axle is pretty good too. It's just the unevenness of the tires, I believe. So not bad. Disappointed with the paint, but the overall condition, rolling condition and stuff is pretty good. So here is your step side square body. This is an 83 Chevy Silverado, and it is very nicely done. This is the counterpart to the black one we did a couple weeks ago. And as I said, I have not opened this yet, so I'm just gonna do my usual. Just kind of run my thumb along the edge, kind of help it open where it doesn't really tear the paper next to the blister. So that way, if you ever did want to pop it back on the card, you could. So here he is and such, and I do love the wood grain work with the stainless slats in the bed of these trucks, opening tailgate, and these ones are spot on with how it should be. No tubs on the inside, unlike the M2 stuff, but they do have Pro Street look on the M2 stuff. And the paint job on this truck is beautiful, actually, with the color match bumpers. The hood does open pretty good on this one. Blacked out pretty good in there. Hard to see the detail, but it's there. Usually they have like the radiator hose and correct air cleaners and such. Black interior. Nice looking 5-spoke wheels. They look like they're based on like an IROC wheel, kind of. And they look to be like 22s or something like that. Beautiful detail on the grill. And let's zoom in on the plate and see what it says. Just USA. Yeah, same on the back. You can see it has the accurate Chevrolet embossed in the tailgate. The like pedestal mount. Tail lights. So really like cool looking truck. So those are our two slam squares, and he seems to have an issue with the tires sticking in the back a little bit, like rubbing the frame or rubbing the wheel tub. So it looks like the axles may be bent on this guy. So another thing I've been running into sometimes at Autoworld, unfortunately. But this guy, I don't play with him, so it doesn't really matter anymore as long as it's not bent so bad that it looks horrible in like a standstill pose. I can tolerate it, or I can try to finagle them a little bit straighter, and it'll be fine. But this really, it's just like rubbing and the tires will slide. So it's not too bad. Front axle's good. The rear axle, as I said, I can get it to roll, but... So they both have some flaws. So these are not perfect examples, but they're not bad. But that is it for our Slam Square Body Truckin' Tuesday. We'll be back again maybe tomorrow with another video. Not sure what we're going to do yet, but maybe we'll be back on Wednesday or Thursday with something else for you guys before our Free It Friday. So thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your week.